Hello everybody, welcome to the GK4FREE podcast. My name is Hunter Gilstrap. This will likely be the final episode of season 1. Don't worry, not the final episode of the GK4FREE podcast. We're only getting started. But as we roll into the end of 2020, which has been such a wacky, crazy year, I just kind of wanted to get on in almost the same way that we started GK4FREE, sort of me and the camera, just sort of talking about what was going on. Kind of want to wrap up that way, and I'll get to it in just a moment, but this has been a really special day for me personally and for my family, and I'll get into that a little bit in a second. So the biggest difference about what's happening right now and what's normally happening on our podcast, usually I'm here with my co-host Will Marshall, so the only reason that's not happening right now is because this one is totally impromptu. So I'm sorry, Will, you don't even know I'm recording this, and this is likely not going to be a real long one. Just wanted to kind of get this out there and sort of put a marker, sort of line in the sand, put my flag down on the moon, so to speak, just because today's really cool. And right now, I'm not sure exactly when I'll put this out. I'll probably put this out after Christmas, but today is December 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve, 2020. And if you guys have been paying attention to the GK4FREE podcast, basically back in August, I came up with this idea through listening. My boss at my current day job, Cranston Material Handling, encouraged me to sort of start digging into Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, and his content, and in hopes of helping to sort of boost our content marketing and digital marketing for our small company, and through doing that, it kind of basically lit a fire in me to start a podcast about goalkeeping, sort of this whole media project about goalkeeping, because I've always felt that there's this big kind of gap and hole in what's out there on the internet right now, and you know, a ton of it is really entertaining and really cool, and there's a lot of high-end stuff out there, and a lot of really cool video of really good goalkeepers doing really cool stuff, but there's not a ton of sort of the basics of, you know, how do I learn how to do something, how do I learn technique, basics of tactics and how to play the position, basically, like, you know, how do you get access to a coach that has great knowledge and information that can help a goalkeeper of all ages if you don't have one. So I got the idea to start GK4FREE, and after the first episode, reached out to Will Marshall, and we started it. My background was a 12-year pro soccer player and 3-year pro coach, and got out of pro coaching because I wanted to create more time in my life for my family. I got a beautiful wife and 2 young boys that we've adopted. One's 2 years old and one's 7 months old, and I wanted to have more time for them. I didn't want to be on the road on the weekends. I've worked for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds Academy since I joined the club in 2010 as a player, and I still run all the goalkeeping programs there, even after I left the pro team. But I wanted to be able to help more. I wanted to have more reach. I wanted to be able to give the level of attention and coaching that our goalkeepers within our system in the Riverhounds Academy get, but I wanted to put it for free out there for everybody. And you know, I'm a super busy guy between my day job at Cranston, and then my director of goalkeeping duties for the Riverhounds Academy. Busy. So, you know, I've used as much of the free time as I have available with Will's help to start putting content out there since August. So it's been, you know, we've done, I think this will probably be the 13th episode, and we've done a lot of video tutorials and put training videos up from me and Will going out and doing stuff, as well as our Riverhounds Academy goalkeepers doing stuff, and some of the pro team goalkeepers, especially Anthony Malumbia, has helped us a lot there. And that's kind of the idea of GK4FREE and where we've gotten to. And you know, we haven't grown a huge following necessarily in terms of actual followers, but feel like we have had a pretty significant reach in a short amount of time. You know, with reaching goalkeepers out there that want to learn, and with connecting with high-level coaches, starting to build a little bit of our name and our brand, and so that again we can help as many goalkeepers out there as possible, especially those that don't have access, like I said, to high-level coaching, whether that's financial or whether that's geographical. Basically, how can we help as many goalkeepers as possible for free? And GK4FREE is called that because it will always be 100% for free. The content we put out there will never be a membership, there will never be a subscription fee, there's never going to be an ebook that you need to buy. That's not it. We do have an awesome sponsor in Aviata Sports, and they help keep this for free. And some other friends that Will Marshall runs Marshall Fitness, which is his own business, and so that's not free, but we promote what they do because it's awesome and it's affordable, and we believe in that. And also just partnered with my buddy Neil Schaefer, who runs Footballer Fit, which is another soccer-specific fitness program. Again, it's not for free, but it is, you know, affordable, and I believe in it. And again, they're kind of helping promote what we do at GK4FREE and keep it free. Pay for play, that's where we're at as the culture in the United States, and unfortunately I think that's what's holding us back. And that falls not just over the whole soccer thing, but I think specifically on goalkeepers. So we're trying to help. So why is today so important? Sort of in the background for the last few weeks, maybe even a month, I was approached by an organization, you know, that is involved in sports and involved in technology moving forward, and sort of on the cutting edge of what's next in terms of sports and technology, and how all those things come together. And basically, you know, very fortunate through my coaching, my direct, basically someone was able to kind of see what I do through my work with the goalkeeper they knew, and then and because of that, they wanted to find out more about me, and so they went and checked out this. They went and checked out GK4FREE podcast, videos, and that was able to, you know, drum up enough interest that started a conversation that's sort of been an ongoing conversation over the last, you know, few weeks or month, and that's turned into today a job opportunity. So that's the big news for today. It looks like I'm going to be moving on from where I'm at in the material handling world and back into the world of sports. So I couldn't be more excited about this. You know, I didn't think that it was necessarily possible. I kind of consciously decided to pursue something outside of soccer because I didn't think I was going to be able to take care of my family the way that I needed to be able to do that. You know, through, if I stayed specifically in soccer and in coaching. And that doesn't mean that you can't make good money and do really well in coaching. But it typically does mean that you have to be willing to uproot and relocate and sort of live this sort of life of uncertainty. And you know, I'd sort of been on the soccer train and the roller coaster of where you're going to go year to year when you're out of contract, and didn't really want to have to do that anymore now that I have a family and 2 young kids. And so I stepped out of soccer for a year into a world where I kind of dove in head first and had no experience, and they were willing to take a chance on me and invest in me and teach me. And you know, there for about, you know, a year and a few months, and at the point now where I feel really comfortable and kind of confident about my ability to do that job, and had no intention of ever leaving that. Wanted to fully commit and sort of grow where I was planted and see where that would take me. But, you know, as I alluded to back in episode 1, it seems like God had a better plan, or a different plan. I think his plan's always a better plan, but, you know, this time he had a different plan than mine. And because of that, you know, now I'm going to be able to get back into what I'm passionate about. So GK4FREE and this project kept me sane during my time where I wasn't able to really maybe fully pursue my passion in a sort of a traditional work environment. And now hopefully I'm going to be able to blend what I'm doing here with GK4FREE into this new role. And the two will sort of be able to exist sort of interconnectedly and simultaneously. And you know, I just couldn't be, again, more excited in this. There's going to be so much really great opportunity for content and technology, and how technology can improve and shape the future of soccer and goalkeeping specifically, and again, how can we make that benefit everybody out there. So stay tuned. You know, what really got me started doing this, and I go back to my boss, and he pushed me to get into Gary Vee, and what if you haven't ever listened to or paid attention to any of Gary Vaynerchuk's content, I'd really encourage you to do so, because I talked about this in episode 1. I had this in the back of my head, in my back pocket idea that at some point down the road I was going to run my own sort of goalkeeping thing, you know, probably some sort of camp or weekly sessions or something like that. And I had this unwillingness to put any content out there, whether that was, you know, on the internet or social media or in written form or whatever, because, you know, how narrow-minded was I in thinking that, you know, I wanted to keep my own ideas that I owned so private and personal and not let anyone have them, so that when my time came, that I had enough free time or opportunity to do my own thing, then I'd be able to use my own ideas. And it was kind of, again, through diving into Gary Vee's content that I sort of realized that's how stupid is that? Like, if anything, I should be, one, I have to act on this now, because down the road, when I have time, it's never going to happen. And two, like, what I was clinging to so tightly, that's obviously what I felt was most valuable, what my biggest, you know, asset or differentiator, or, you know, what makes me different than everyone else. That's the most value I could provide to anyone. So if I'm really going to help people, I need to put that out there right now. So that's what I decided to do in August, and that's taken us to where we're at now. And I can honestly say that we're only just scratching the surface with GK4FREE. We've only barely begun to put out a little bit of information. And if anything, it's just a preview. I can't, you know, I'm so excited for what's coming next. I'm excited for, you know, improved production quality, which is important, but at the end of the day, it's not that important. What's important is the content and our passion that we bring, and our experience that we bring, you know, through our collective experience at the pro soccer level, college soccer level, youth soccer levels, coaching and playing, and how we can help goalkeepers. So I'm eternally grateful to my current boss at Cranston, and to the Riverhounds Academy, and to everyone that started paying attention to what we're doing through GK4FREE. Thankful to Will Marshall. I am really, 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 really eternally grateful to the people that have noticed what we're doing, and because of that, started to take a deeper look into what we're about and I'm about, and have offered me an opportunity to work for them. And we'll be talking about more of that soon when it's appropriate. But as of right now, we'll keep that quiet. But the big news is big change, back into the world of sports, moving forward, and really, really, really exciting things to come in 2021. Season 2 for GK4FREE. You know, we've been bouncing around, brainstorming some ideas. I think one of the biggest sort of themes we're going to touch on, and we don't totally know what it's going to look like yet in 2021. We're going to talk about sort of when soccer ends, which is relevant to what I just discussed. But when soccer ends, which unfortunately, you know, happens to everyone at some point. For some, it's you know, at the end of high school. For some, it's at the end of a college soccer career. For some, they get to play, the opportunity to play pro. And it's after 1 year of pro soccer, or 2 or 10. And for most, there's not the luxury of getting to say, okay, it's time for me to stop playing. For most, the opportunities stop coming, or someone tells you, we don't want you back, or you run out of eligibility, or you graduate from high school. And then what? And then what? How do you cope with that? Because at the end of the day, you're a person, not a soccer player, and you have to live in the world with the rest of us, and we all have to find a way to, bring value to each other's lives and love each other and move forward in a positive way. So that's going to be an exciting thing that we talk about, sort of specifically to goalkeeping and soccer. And then we're going to dive deep into tactics. Most of the content that we put out in 2020 was in season 1 revolved around techniques. And again, we're going to keep pushing that too, because I think goalkeeping is ripe for disruption, and as much as it looks like maybe that's happened through modern goalkeeping, through blocking shapes and side volleys, honestly, that hasn't been disruptive, because everyone's done it and it's made goalkeeping worse. So I think goalkeeping's ripe for disruption from a technical standpoint, in that I think we need to change the way we think about footwork and lateral movement, and the way we dive, and the shapes that we use, and how we maintain our shapes, and how we get rid of some of these old tried and true techniques of goalkeeping that really don't help so much. So yeah, we've touched on that a little bit, but we're going to continue to until everybody out there has heard it, and at least knows that we're offering an alternative. And our approach with everyone else will be the same thing it is when you come and do a session with us. Hey, sure, I know you do it a different way. How about give us a try, see how this works, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised when you see that it helps. So that's about all I've got. I think 2020 is coming to an end, and I know it's been a crazy year with all this COVID stuff, but for my little family, it's been an incredible year of blessing with the birth of our second son, and had a promotion in the job that I was in, and now we're ending the year with a new job opportunity. So, life is about being thankful and appreciative of when you're given opportunities and gifts, and always being ready for the challenges and obstacles that are going to come along as well, because it's not about staying up high all the time or being down at the bottom all the time. It's how you can ride the wave and stay level. And I think if you can maintain an attitude of gratitude, as goofy as that sounds, and be thankful for the good times when they're happening, as well as being thankful for the challenges, because those are how you're going to learn. Your failures are going to be what teach you the most. Just like we talked about in that podcast with Evan Bush, what a whirlwind year he had. Traded from the Montreal lost his starting job at the beginning of the season, traded from the Montreal Impact near the end of the season to the Vancouver Whitecaps, where he got to start and kill it, and then now heading back and signing with Columbus Crew in his home state. Like, how cool is that? And Evan, it couldn't be a better example of someone that has embraced his failures and embraced the challenging moments, and continue to put one foot in front of the other, continue to work as hard as he can, and continue to have success. So just thought of that when I was thinking of what it means to learn from setbacks and failures, and be thankful for those. Again, those are what you're going to learn from, even if that's getting cut from a team, or losing a job, or getting told you didn't make a team. These are the things you're going to shape you. Giving up a bad goal, losing a game where you conceded multiple goals and it's all your fault. These are the things that will fuel you and will cause you to be hungry. And if you can not fear those and run from those experiences, but actually seek opportunities to be challenged to the point where you might get so far pushed out of your comfort zone that you fail. That's what it's all about, because that's where you really, really, really find out what you're made of and find out what you're capable of. Guess what? This job that's on the horizon for me, I'm terrified. Terrified. It's not an area where I have experience, but you know what? I'm excited to go in there and fail. I'm excited to go in there and try and get told, no, this is, you're way off. You got to do a better job than this, because that's how I'm going to grow. That's what the last year has been about in the job that I'm in now. No idea what I was doing to start, right? But I worked really hard. I asked a lot of questions. I asked for people's help, and I failed, and I screwed up, and I failed, and I screwed up. And then it got better. I got better at it. That's what it's all about, and that's the biggest message. That's the biggest theme with goalkeeping. Learn to have a good relationship with your failure. Seek it. Seek it. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Don't like where you're at. Always look to get better. So that's all I got. I appreciate your time. This is actually a short one for us. Keeping it under 25 minutes. I'm pretty excited about that. Again, thank you. Eternally grateful for everyone that's paid attention to, you know, from one podcast to all of them, to one video, to one little like, to a share. Oh man, you guys that have shared our content, I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. So more to come, right? More to come, onward and upward. Don't get bummed out about what we're doing right now with lockdowns and masks and all this stuff. Soccer's coming. For those of you that have been able to keep playing this whole time, enjoy it. Enjoy every minute. Play every game like it's your last. Thank you to Aviata Sports for helping us do what we do. Follow them, aviatasports.com and at Aviata Sports. Will Marshall, my buddy, my co-host slash producer slash goalkeeping fitness specialist. Go check him out at marshallfitness.shop and at willmarshall_1 on Instagram. Footballer Fit, go check them out. There's an offer code GK4FREE 10 for, I think it's 10% off your first month. Free 7-day trial before that. If you're looking for a way to stay fit, your gym's closed, whatever, you just want to get stronger, that's what they're all about. Footballer Fit Anywhere is their program there. So those are the people that are helping us out. We appreciate their support. And again, sorry Will Marshall couldn't be here today. Thank you, everyone. This has been GK4FREE, your research, your GK4FREE, your resource on the internet for the best free goalkeeping content. We're getting there, I promise. We'll see you in 2021. Thanks for being part of season 1. We appreciate it. Good luck to everybody. We love you.